Okay, so great guys. So we're here now to talk a little bit about living a more playful life and of what it means, like especially in this very interesting moment in time. But we need to have a bigger vision of this, of what play means. Anyway, I mean, we could get caught up in what it means now, which is good, I think, to talk about. But what it means also for a world that we would like to inhabit and live. What does this mean? So yesterday I was talking to Matthias, and his big thing is about play and democracy. And so just trying to understand what this really means. We were trying to talk about this more, and so on one side of it's getting a bigger picture of what this might mean as a society, let's say, and then on the other side, it's for me anyway, it's really the everyday interactions which mean I'm living a more playful life. And there are all sorts of researches that say if you live in a street or in a village where people know each other's names, then you already feel safer and you feel happier in that place. So anyway, I don't want to go really rambling off on all sorts of things now. Just have a consideration of what it means to live more playfully, and let me just add this thing here now. I thought this morning that as play people, it's almost as if we could become game changers. This is a term that's already used, right? But it's a bit play people, game changers. It's like somehow we're proposing an alternative, because it would be really, I don't think we even could, but it would be a pity to go back as we were living before, I think. I mean, perhaps a little bit more freedom, tiny bit more freedom, but it would be a pity, that everybody just blindly goes through their stuff and not caring about other people, and not seeing the other people as connected to me somehow, Yes. So anyway, I don't want what's the word for it, dominate this whole conversation. So perhaps Bart or Kathryn or Bea, you'd like to say some thoughts about what it might mean to live more playfully. Like explain it to someone that says that doesn't. Let's try and explain it to someone who's a complete skeptic, who thinks play is just for children. Let's try and explain it this way, so it's clearer language as well.
Okay. So for me, it's about not having a goal. It's about just being open to what happens every day, and quite simple things that have potential for playfulness, like you hear a sound that then takes your attention to that sound and makes you think of something that you want to do with that sound. It's quite simple. Yeah, I'll start with that.
Okay, so I would just being much more aware of our surroundings, being not taking things for granted so much, and
being present.
Being present, yes.
But what you just said is, for me, being present. I'll just give you an example. I think some of you already, Anthony already knows. These days I'm having a lot of chats with my nephew online, and he's a 6-year-old. And the other day we were on the phone and he said, I'd like to play hide and seek. And okay, my first thought was, okay, it's impossible. And then I said, okay, so how can we play? Let's play. How can we play? So I was open to possibilities to playing. And since my guide was a little child, I said, it's going to be possible for sure to imagine a way. And then we did imagine ways to play. So it's, yes, open and curious and imagining that many things can happen. Like you have a magic wand. This is what also playful is.
Going around with a magic wand.
I mean, if you're in a playful mood, it means that you feel you have a magic wand. Like when a child says, let's play hide and seek. Okay, first we figure out a game which was like, let's look for a little pet bear. And that worked. We had, the bear had hidden, so we looked for it. And then I said, okay, I managed to do this hide and seek thing. And then he said, okay, now I'm gonna hide. And I said, oh, how's this gonna work? But then I thought, yes, I have a magic wand. And then we figured out a way for me to do like this, and he hid around the house and I found him. And so it's like, I felt I was powerful. I had this magic wand, and whatever like the play was about, I could manage it. So it's present, and you feel like you're powerful, and you're not afraid. You're not afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And you're curious, and you want to have fun, and you want to share the fun with other people.
Ah, that's a good one. You want to
other
share
people
the
to
fun
have.
with other people.
Yeah, it doesn't work if you have fun alone.
Actually, I don't know. I often play on my own, so maybe that. I think it's easier maybe to get into a playful state with other people, but I do often play on my own.
It's true. You can play on your own, and you can be mean to others, have fun, but they don't have fun. But that's not maybe what we're looking for.
No. That's a different. There's so many different nuances, in this whole thing. And this what you were saying, Bea, reminds me. There was a meme, I think. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like you have let's say if your child gives you a cardboard box and says this is the princess's castle, you have to believe you can't say that's not the princess's castle.
Yeah, of course.
And that's and we lose this imagination thing, and this is a whole. Hi, Kathryn. Hello.
Hi, Kathryn.
Hi.
Hello. So
Welcome.
Thank you.
So
Kathryn, we're all at the beach swimming. You want to join us in this swimming together?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'll put some sunscreen on. Hold on.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's cool. I like it. We have to break up things every now and again with something a bit silly. Not that swimming's silly, eh? Swimming in like no air is probably silly.
And it's contained. Kathryn, we were. Anthony asked us what was playfulness for us. So we're just like randomly saying what things are and.
And how I activate it in my life and. Okay, Bart. Anyway, you go for it.
Yeah. I like to. Well, everything Kathryn and Bea said are true for me too. And I try to, if I'm in a good mood, I try to do that everywhere. So if I go shopping, my carrier bag is sometimes a big machine that's swallowing all my stuff, and if I have to go backwards, I do it as if I'm a big lorry and beep beep beep. But that's only happening when I'm in a good mood and when I'm not bothered by other people who might think, well, he's a bit crazy. And I think that's, well, I would like to do it more because I'm having so much more fun doing things that way, and I'm feeling better if I do it that way.
Yeah. I think the more that we do it, especially in random in public when people have no idea what's going on, I love watching people become inspired. So you just reminded me with shopping. My favorite thing to do is to take the shopping cart and zoom around on it like it was a skateboard. I do that all the time. And at first people look at me like, who is this crazy person? And then I will often see at the corner of my eye, someone else is like, yeah, that's a good idea. Someone else will try it.
It is a good idea.
Yeah. Or just start dancing when you hear music. There's music everywhere, and if you think, oh, nice tune, then just start just a bit, and then just walk. And it lifts me up, and it might lift someone else up who thinks, well, oh yeah, it might be a good idea to dance.
Yeah, no, definitely dancing and randomly dancing, beautiful way of sharing our playfulness. Definitely.
Yeah. Or juggling with cucumbers in the store.
What did you say? Juggling.
Juggling with cucumbers in the store.
Cucumbers, yeah.
Or oranges, or I do this.
Oh, Kathryn, you're back again.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out on my computer. I just walked, I came back, all I heard was orgies.
Orgies? No, oranges.
Orgies.
Oranges.
There is another word also is, I think, surprise. I think if you're playful and with other people who feel playful, maybe you're not surprised, but like if you're playful, it might surprise other people. And might get them curious. So maybe that's a key to getting other people involved. Like they're curious, they're surprised.
Yeah.
Making surprises for people.
Making surprises for people.
Yeah, I love that.
I've met recently this guy he's a magician. I mean, that's his job, and his job title is something like magic experience designer, and he designs experience of magic which surprise people. So there's also playfulness in that. So you can actually design like playfulness. He says magic experience, but that's basically a playful experience for other people.
Yeah.
And it's nice. So there's also a little bit of magic in it, I would say.
Definitely.
I was thinking, so I have this game that I play with children where I get Pringles tubes and I put like 6 secret things in the bottom, but it could be like a scrap of fluff or like, you know, a polo. And then they have to put their hand in and like guess, but it can take 40 minutes. Like they can stay really in a kind of flow for 40 minutes without even me. It's just, what is it? Oh, I think it's this. So it is something hidden, I think, is really exciting, like you were saying about magic.
Yeah.
I really like props and toys, and I think they're really easy invitations to have other people come and to play with me. So sometimes I'll go to the park and I know how to hoop dance, so I'll bring a whole bunch of other hula hoops and just throw them out, and it doesn't take very long for people to come join me. Usually it's the kids first, but I make adult-sized ones, and the kids are like, oh, this is hard. And I'm like, yeah, they're made for adults. And all the parents are like, they are? And so I get them involved that way.
Now that you mentioned props, one of the favorite games for kids, but is like dress up. I am the king of. So like if you bring a bunch of, I don't know, helmets or other things, it's fun to play just as if you were I am the king, and that's fun for that's one of the games kids love to play, and that's theater.
Yeah.
And it's play. We do that at Carnival. At Carnival, we are allowed to play, to dress up, to be someone else. So maybe extending Carnival not only to 1 week, but more days.
Sure. We get a bit stuck in our roles. This is a bit of an enemy to playfulness. You know, we're a bit too identified, let's say, with our roles. And I think this is just a quirk of our how our brains work. No,
So when you put a crown on, you're not. It's easier to say I'm not a person. I'm a king, or I'm a cat, or I'm a.
Cool.
So sometimes we need. Adults need something physical or something else to say you're allowed to be playful. So there should be something which allows you. Okay, now you can be playful. Which sometimes the word, like for adults, like even when they say I'm not creative, and like you say, what would you do if you were a child? If you say, okay, you can think of anything. Oh, I don't have any idea. Okay, what would you think if you were like 6 years old? And then like things come out. So you have to be allowed to say, I'm not who I usually am, but I am someone else. And usually being a kid, saying now you are a kid, allows you to be more playful.
Yeah. Yeah, you usually need to give the adults an excuse,
A permission.
permission to act like they would do as a kid. And they're still capable of doing that, most people, I guess. But for some people, the invitation needs to be more clear.
Yeah.
Another thing, it has to be accepted by a lot of people. I don't know if you've seen this video on YouTube. Like there's I don't remember where it's from, but there's this mountain and then just one person and a lot of people are sitting down on the grass. And then like one person starts dancing, like everybody looks at him. He's crazy. And then the second one goes, okay, the two of them are crazy, but it's fun. And then after the third person, okay, I want to be there. So it's also having like, it's easier to be playful if other people are playful with you.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree. We need like as playful people, we definitely have a role as being a catalyst. You know, we need to sit in this role. So a part of this talk is like, how can we help other people? You know, have a more playful life. What do we want? What does this mean? You know, does this mean I've been watching and reading all sorts of things, you know, and this thing about happy cities blew my mind. You know, I'd not really come across these things. I don't know if you've seen these things. Perhaps I'll send you just how you can design a city to make it more friendly, more sociable, more interactive, and less hostile. And this is one part of the thing, you know? And I think people are really seeing the fact that we're missing a big part of our life. You know, we've bought into this thing. We have to work. And I'm hoping that people are starting to think, well, perhaps this isn't all of it, you know.
And I mean, I couldn't agree with you more, Anthony. And I think this whole world situation right now is a really great opportunity that everyone has been forced to stop and take a step back and to reset. And hopefully that can change what we see as the goals of everything. What it is that we're striving for, what it is that's most important. I watched a really interesting TED Talk about, you know, we have basic assumptions about what the goals are of things. And so, for example, with all of our GPS and our maps, the whole assumption of maps is that the most important thing is to get from one place to another place as quickly as possible. And someone designed a different map that the goal wasn't to maximize the shortest amount of time, but the most beautiful route that it took to get you there. And so it's really about evaluating what it is that is the most important, because then we can make decisions based on that.
Nice. What is this map?
I'll look it up right now. I watched it a couple of weeks ago, but I bet I can find it.
Nice, I like it.
And this isn't, you know, I'm as a playful mindset, I don't think we need solutions. You know, we need to ask questions, lots and lots of questions.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's asking questions and listening to the answers. And I think playful people are very good in listening to what is happening and what is occurring at the moment. And then there is no solution. There's just this moment and the most probable thing to do or not, and then do another thing. If I want to build a Lego castle, I just start doing it.
Yeah.
And I have something in my mind, but well, if I can't find the right brick, I take another one because I want to go on. I want to make this castle. So there's no, maybe it doesn't become a castle because I'm just having fun building it.
Mm.
And that, I think that's what we should do in this society too. Not trying to make it more playful, but just play with it so it becomes more playful.
Mm.
And I think that's a challenge, because if no one's playing with us, we're feeling a bit lonely, I guess. Well, that's how I feel. So I'm very happy to meet all those other people that are playing for the sake of play and because it makes them happy. And so, yeah. And that takes a lot of listening, because I think there are a lot of playful people around, and we all play a bit different.
That's something I'm interested in, is what are those differences? I don't know the answers, but are there different play personalities?
I would, oh, sorry, but
yeah,
sorry, you go.
I see a lot of different types of play around me, and I like to do, well, sometimes some play is interesting for me, and some are not. And sometimes I want to play wild with a lot of people, and sometimes I just want to imagine things and lay on my bed or look at the clouds. And that's a different kind of play.
Yeah.
But it's what I want to do at that moment. And I think that's, maybe they're not different play personalities, but we all have our, we all have a different taste, I guess. But we all want to eat. We all need to eat. But we don't like, I think we don't like all the food as much as the others.
We're not all at the same time. Before you said sometimes you're always the same person, but sometimes you like the clouds, sometimes you like something else, like food. Sometimes I want chocolate, sometimes I want fish. It's like, I like both.
I think that for me, the word want is really important. Like, I was reading something about how we're surrounded by 25 different options at any given moment, and just to work out what you want and commit to that, for me, that creates a playful moment often when I work out what I want. So like, and then that want might change. And it's also not a selfish want. It's a kind of, it's a want that when I get it, like today I wanted to bounce on a tire. So I bounced on the tire. But when I'd done it, I kind of felt very ready to give to other people as well. So, it doesn't, when you say the word want, it sounds a bit selfish. I don't think it is at all.
No, it's more like a internal desire. And you have to, I think you have to listen to that. Because it happens inside. There's no control over it. But you can give into it or ignore it.
And if you
if you ignore it, then you throw it away.
For me, like what I want, what I desire is not always easy, apart from playfulness. So sometimes it's not a matter of pursuing what you want, but
choosing something.
Really being there. Huh?
Choosing something.
Not even choosing, like I mean, to me, this is like my dilemma sometimes. What do I really want?
It's different.
It's not like I know what I want. I want an ice cream, or I want to, I don't know, live on the moon, and then I have to get it. I really don't know what I want. I don't know what makes me feel good, and and I think that for some people who don't have this playfulness, like it's so much hidden, like it's so much hidden, like it's under their heel, that they don't even think that they might want it. So it's how to make this wanting be more visible. And I think one way of making it more visible is seeing other people that have this thing. And then you say, oh, it's nice. And maybe you can't see it for yourself, but you see it outside. And then you say, oh, I like that. And it's something that you can see it and you say, okay, I want that. I mean, not something physical, but like, I see someone happy. I want to be in that mood. So it helps if you, basically what I'm saying is it helps if you see something that you like and then you say you want something like that, which can be also an emotion. So like the more playfulness you see around and people that are happy, the more you might want to say, how do those people do that? How can I get some of that?
Sure. And this goes back again to our role as being catalysts.
Mm-hmm.
People appreciate when you're natural, you know. They go, well, how you're so natural, you know, how can you be so natural? And then we go back to relaxing, you know, and then we go to what was this I read the other day? Freedom from taking ourselves too seriously. You know, this playfulness is freedom from taking ourselves too seriously, and this is I think something that could be quite useful for us is to really dig out lots of different definitions of playfulness as well right now.
Yeah.
You know, not to define it, but like just to hook onto different other people's languages, you know. It's like this definition I read the other day, which was our tolerance of ambiguity. I thought that was brilliant, you know. I thought that was like that. Yeah, that's it. That's, for me, playfulness is sitting with not knowing what's going to happen, you know, or
exploration.
You know, farmers, they know this. You know, you plant seeds, you don't know if they're going to grow.
Yeah. You just hope it does.
Yeah, sure. Fingers crossed the seeds grow.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah.
Let's do something a bit silly. Let's put some has this Kathryn Wilkins. Let's do a game. Propose a little game for us to play now, just so we can.
All right, let's play. Hold on. I've got a whole list because I'm actually putting together a little resource for people to do things just like this. All right. This one is called, very well, I don't know who submitted it. It might have been one of you. I've been going through lots of different resources of Facebook groups I'm part of, but I really liked this one. It's called Panel of Experts. So you start with a really crazy, silly, absurd statement, and then everyone else has to agree and give reasons why. So, for example, it is most important when you get out of the shower to hang your towel on a unicorn horn.
Yes, of course.
I think it is. The unicorn horn actually gives energy to the towel and helps it dry.
And I've had really attentive research on this and numbers. Like if you leave the towel on the doorknob or whatever, it takes more time because it doesn't get air. Whereas the unicorn has just one point on which the towel stands. So when the unicorn runs, it actually, the surface of the towel gets a lot of air, that's why the unicorn is the best animal. I mean, if you put it on a cat, it doesn't work the same way. So it studies, I mean, I have percentages and I can really share them. It really works.
Absolutely. Unicorns, unicorn horns are the best bath towel holders, hands down.
And it's very nice to have the unicorn horn because they never puncture your towel. I tried it on the horn of a rhino and the elephant, but they punctured my towel, so that it didn't work. So we went back to the unicorns, and we have 4 of them in our bathroom because we have 4 people in the house.
And the greatest thing about the unicorn horn is that the unicorn does this thing with his head, and that really gets it drying. And he's so cool. Afterwards, he goes whoop, and he puts it, he folds it up, and it just arrives in your on the shelf, dried, and folded up.
That's I didn't know that, but that's, oh, there's a unicorn! Woohoo!
I like this. I like this. This game.
Me too.
Yeah.
And we have another game, or you want to do another round of this? Someone wants to think of something absurd.
I
Yeah,
like
I want-
another
I
game.
want to hear another absurd statement.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I've got one. We are all telepathic. So.
Yeah, it's like it's even almost hard to believe that we needed these primitive devices as computers and social media, and really this is all such basic technology. Telepathy, that's the real one. That's the real step forward, definitely.
Yeah. But many people have forgotten their telepathic. And that's why they use these devices. And now we are trying to use these devices to make people realize that they don't need it.
Okay, I want to do an experiment of telepathy now. Now, I think that I know what Kathrine Smith is thinking right now. Now, tell me if it's right. Kathrine Smith is looking at Kathryn Wilkins, something that's behind her back. I see something made out of wool, maybe striped. Is that true? Can you see it, Kathrine Smith?
That is so true. Yeah.
Okay, and she's thinking exactly, she's thinking, how would that kind of thing look on my floor?
Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Kathrine Smith, can you show us your floor, please?
Wow.
How would that look? Wow, that was amazing.
I know. It's a research. I have this special information that I get, and
special unicorn information, special carpet information.
He's there. He's always with me, never leaving me. Actually, it's a she, but anyway. I'll put it back here so it's always with me here.
And it's a very good thing now that everyone is remembering about how to tune into these telepathic abilities, that we have a brand new recipe. You can make just a pretty simple potion at home, and when you drink it, it activates all of the neurons in your brain, and it's like a switch, flips it right back on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, I have an idea for this, but it might take a little. I don't know how to do it. Let's see if it works.
Oh
my goodness, what did you do?
This potion just worked. Did it work?
Up the wall. Walking up the wall.
It almost turned you upside down.
It's this potion. I just, hello? You can do it as well.
I tried to do it. I think I disappeared.
I don't know how to do it. Right, okay. Bart disappeared. Hide. I've hidden.
Hi. No, we still see you, Kathryn.
Really? I thought I was hidden. Oh.
I can see you.
Me too.
What about now?
Oh no! She's gone.
I'd read hide self.
She's back again.
And I'd read it as side half view or something. Like what?
What?
No, I don't worry about it. I just hid myself for no reason.
I don't know how you did that, Bea.
I have this potion that Kathryn Wilkins gave me telepathically. She sent it from, what country are you in?
I am in I'm in the country of Summit, a hill.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to learn the magic? You want to be all upside down?
Do you mind if I
Yeah.
take a photo of you like that?
Yes, sure.
It's quite funny. I'll show you later. Okay, there you go.
Okay. So basically what you have to do is go next to the, on the bottom part of the screen next to stop video. There's a little arrow that goes up and
Mhm.
click on video settings.
Oh.
And then where you see your image on top, it's rotate.
Ah, there we go.
Rotate twice if you want to all be upside down.
I can't do it.
Okay, you look at the
Oh, you're all upside down.
It's okay.
It's fine. I'll leave it. I'll find it next time.
Okay, I think this is a nice, now it's an even nicer picture.
It's quite a funny picture now.
This is where I'm from.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I don't have that option. I saw it on another computer, and you can also have different backgrounds. This could be something nice to give, backgrounds even beforehand if you do a session online.